Here we go. We're underway. Now it's an 18-minute jam session. The riders run in order. It's a 40-second run clock. You're looking for a possible run score. The best possible run score you can get is a 50. It's your two best runs total together that'll hopefully put you on the Barcelona podium.
And he's got a good shot of getting on there if he keeps riding like this. Double tail whip 360 over the volcano right off the bat. Daniel, to me, it was a scary strategy. Look at that. Alley-oop flare. He left the door open for Kyle Ballman to bump him out of this final. No-handed flare, but he must know something the others don't because he saved his energy and now he's killing it. This run is a huge improvement over how he rode in the prelims.
Well, we saw a couple riders in both heats kind of employ that strategy, just kind of laying out and just resting up those first run scores.
Double tail whip 3 over the volcano. Guys are having trouble even clearing that thing in the first practice.
So this is Sergio Leos on course right now, the only rider in the lineup from Spain, and here he is in the final in front of the Barcelona crowd.
Yeah, and he's just got style. I mean, it turned out 360 over the season. Big inverted like past table 360, and just doing it with style and flow.
Just boosting that thing over the volcano.
And it's always good to see somebody come in and ride the course for speed and pumping both corners. I mean, it is a concrete skate park, so you want to see that element thrown into people's runs.
With Daniel Dare's first run score, he posts up a 33. Sergio blasted a huge flare there at the end of this first run.
From a score standpoint, I don't think that's his highest score of the day, Daniel. I felt like that run was a step up. Now, you're kind of starting with a clean slate with scores once the final happens, so it's all relative to how the other guys in the field are riding.
Gary Young into the mix right now. He came up big in heat number 2. He was on the outside looking in, and in that last run ended up jumping up into that set number 2 spot out of his heat.
And that last run was awesome. I mean, it was just he put on a clinic on how to flow the course and throw in tricks, and it looks like this looks real similar to that third run. So, you know, he's probably figured out a formula on how to get it done, and if you know Gary, he's going to mix that formula up all day long.
They're flowing over the volcano feature here. So Sergio and Daniel Dares both locked at a 33 there for their first run scores. And a full pull there for Gary Young to start us off.
Yeah, I don't even want to predict this. It's, you know, you look at different styles, and that's what makes Park so cool.
Wow, look at that. Gary's got a 37, but this is Scotty Kramer.
And Scotty, that's unfortunate to see.
The landing coming out of the corked out 7. I caught the tail end of that because I was looking at the scoring monitor.
It looked pretty clean to me, so something happened to get him off of his line and make that happen. Hopefully Scotty just puts that behind him. It's in the past because we know he's capable with 3 gold medals of adding to that total.
All right, so Drew Bazanzin rolling in for his first run here in the final. And Drew was looking really solid. Your top qualifier coming out of heat number 2. Both he and Ryan looked good here in the opening heats.
Yeah, and he's just landing so clean and just boosting down. He's over the top. He needs to put a peg on down there. He could have downside peg tap that.
I was gonna say, did you see where his back tire was? He had about an inch of space left on that barricade before going over that
thing. There, and a clean big bar spin. Like, Drew's really impressing me today. He always impresses me, but in Brazil he seemed like he had one great run and the others he just wasn't feeling it, and he's feeling it today.
Huge 360 coming over that volcano. And a big flat that's deep into the ball.
Big is right, and the bar spin there, just, I mean, those little things. Everywhere he was up to something.
But he's picking up where he left off there in heat number 2, but he only gets a 35 out of that. What do the back tire was?
Way up high. And now Ryan Nyquist took a double truck over that volcano there. We're seeing it on the split screen, but he is, wow, there's so much going on here. Drew getting rad while Ryan's getting rad in real time. And, you know, I think Ryan is smelling blood in the water, if you will. I mean, I don't want to make him out like he's overly competitive because that's not the case, but he's a veteran. He knows how to get it done. And like I said, he did bar spin 540 in the deep end of the pool to me. That was one of the tricks of the event.
And that was his first run. He did it at the end of his first run, and he was in the heat number 1.
And he's one of those guys that'd be like, okay, I'll step it up to a double this time, or even just another single. I mean,
and speaking of double, you said, he goes down and you come down and he throws it. But
that's the price you pay. Every time you're out there, you're debating, how much do I want to step it up? The level of difficulty, it's not just a fear thing. The level of difficulty, you know. Now, had he pulled a bar spin 540 there, we might have been looking at the leader. Instead, he crashes a double, and hey, it's still a solid score, though.
So 34 there for Ryan's first run. Let's check in once again with Jordan Whitley before we go back into the top of the order.
Well, I just talked to Daniel Dares about that new strategy of jam-packing his run with super hard tricks and doing things other guys aren't, like on that steep quarter pipe. He said, yeah, it's paying off, but it is exhausting.
So there you go, the fatigue factor playing in again. So maybe that's why some of these guys were laying out in those opening heats. Daniel Dares opened it up with a 33, but look at how he's just back to back to back. Well, he shoots a big alley, no-handed flare.
And landed it clean enough to carry the speed. He just casually went over the sushi dish like he didn't even need to pump. Went to a little bit back to the landing there, but
At the end, going into the deep end, we saw that line out of him in his opening heat.
Drew Bar spun over that. I thought that was cool to throw in something over that area instead of doing nothing. And then here, Daniel steps it up and truck drivers have done earlier as well.
Look how fast Sergio Leos is pumping through these bowl corners. Nice smooth tail whip. Remember, it's your two best scores total together as we get into round two. So Dares is up the ante a little bit, 33 to 35, gives me 68 overall.
And you can tell Sergio is having a great time. This is one of those runs. It's not going to score super high because he didn't have a level of difficulty in it, but he floated around, he pumped, and he's
Do you hear how fired up the fans are, though, that they've got one of their own in the final here? Because flying through those corners, you can hear the fans just cheering him on. So he's got 33 and 31, gives him a 64. Gary Young right now, the single highest run score of this final, though.
Wow, and that's, you know, Gary is capable of pulling out like some crazy line nobody saw. It seems like he always saves something that, you know, only he spots, and he doesn't try it until the comp, which is great.
See that back tire drag that he did going across that feature there? We saw him tap it in heat number 2, going for like a tire slide over that thing.
That was a unique line into the volcano, though. I haven't seen anybody hit that yet and carry that speed in there. So judges are aware of this. When they see somebody get from point A to point B in a different way than everybody else, it stands out.
Well, ESPN has some great MLB matchups coming up on Sunday and Monday. On Sunday at 8 Eastern, Detroit faces the Texas Rangers. Then on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, the New York Yankees take on Baltimore.
Scotty's back on course here, and he 450'd that hit. Now, he did pull the 720 into a bar spin this time, landed a little low, but certainly an improvement over the run where he crashed early on. Be interesting to see where Scotty ends up here. He's got to finish the run off first, but you know, if this is even a score that's kind of in the spin it out. Yeah, flare up onto the steep bank, and a nice flip whip onto the steep on course. Yeah, this is going to obviously top his earlier score for 15. We'll see him find out.
Watch it just
Hey.
the feet slip the pedals, but they never touch the concrete. So
just watch Drew. Watch Drew, like how clean he's riding today. He keeps this going. Now that is an alley-oop version. He's doing it both ways, and then carrying it up speed.
With a 3-whip?
Yeah, 3-whip over the sushi dish, and again, you need speed for that. So doing an alley-oop wall tap, you know, is giving him that speed. Well, it's a cool way to generate it.
Playing the score game now. You look at Scotty Kramer. He's in the mix now. He's got a 35. So when we get into this next round, he's got to get rid of that 15. But Gary Young is still hanging tough with a 37 and a 38 to give him a 75.
You could tell Drew didn't have the speed over the volcano that he would have wanted, and he still went for the flare, and it just popped him out to a little bit funny. It wasn't a crash, but it's obviously going to hurt his score.
So he's got a 35 and a 31, gives him a 66. We bring a Ryan Nyquist back in.
Double truck driver, and landed so clean. Look at that.
That's so much speed coming out of that.
One-handed X up to where his shoulder should have been dislocated. That means he tweaked it super far. I think that was at least 270, if not more. And, you know, Ryan is no stranger to this situation, just being in a final and knowing that he can just taste the victory if he can stay on and just a barrage of tricks. He's no stranger to that.
Coming back into that deep end, what do you think? Double bar spin 540 attempt again, right here at the buzzer.
Bar fight, but you know what? I mean, he pulled it this time. That's still, you always claim that game, you know, regardless of the discipline. You might be a differential and maybe I'll do a double or a back. You opt for the other.
Well, even with the
Again, huh?
It bypassed Darius and went straight to Sergio.
He's done this strategy before to save his energy, but what's strange about it is that it makes everyone else drop in that much earlier, so if they're kind of in the middle of thinking what it was they wanted to do, you know, they got to think that much quicker. And Sergio Leos is one that doesn't really think about what he wants to do. He drops in, and it's flow, flow, flow. I don't think a lot of this is pre-planned. He just goes off a feel.
So your top three right now, Gary Young sitting in that top spot with the 75, Ryan Nyquist sitting in the silver medal position as of right now, the 69, and Daniel Darius sitting in the bronze with the 68. So, oh, he's tied with Sergio's now tied with Daniel.
We're looking at the guy with a solid lead right now, and Gary Young dropping in, and you know, it almost looked like he wasn't going to transfer out of it, so his earlier runs weren't Gary Young-esque in the perfection that you're used to seeing it. He came through that third run and just nailed it, and he's not letting up.
So right now you're looking at Daniel Darius and Sergio Leos. They're tied both at a 68 for that third position. The first tiebreaker will be whoever has the highest individual run score. They're both perfectly matched. So what we do after that, they go to the third highest run score, and then they keep comparing the scores all the way down the lineup until they get the tiebreaker. So by virtue of that, Sergio Leos is in that third position right now.
Well, by virtue of that, a run like this from Gary Young, you don't want to completely pull it off, and he's not. Bar spin fakey, that would have helped that score a lot. But this run, you don't want to get in a situation where you're just saving it and blowing off runs. Like if Daniel Darius gets in a tiebreaker situation, it gets down to that last run that he didn't take, you're not going to win that. Bar spin fakey, alley-ooping it over into the bank, and just doesn't quite get the roll out of that.
All right, so this is going to be a key run here because Scotty's got to get rid of that 15 right now. He's got a good second run score of 35.
Wow, that was big. Big flip whip over the box. I call it the box, we call it the volcano. It's a box jump run, it facing two different directions. And it's 12 foot long one way and 14 foot long the other way. That's pretty long. You got to generate speed to get to it, and these guys are figuring out a way to get it done.
Flare out of Scotty Kramer. A couple of seconds left here. There's a disaster there up on top of the sushi dish feature. All right, so let's see what happens with the score here. That's going to drop. The question is, how far is he going to jump as Drew Gazanzin rolls back in here. Coming up on the 5-minute mark on 37. So that gives him a 72, which puts him in second as of right now.
This thing is far from over. I mean, Drew Gazanzin just on fire today. When he drops that 31, I say win because I'm confident that he's going to put in a run either this way or the next. If drops that, he's going to jump right up in there too.
So your top three right now, Gary Young the 75, Scotty Kramer the 72, Ryan Nyquist in third now with a 69.
See if he, big flare.
He was in the rotation.
But he still pulled it off this time, didn't get his
flare though. It was so slow in the rotation.
It's sort of old school. We used to do those straight up and down, and then we started bumping them, and he's going old school, straight up and down flare.
Only 1 point on that one though, 35 and 32, so it only gives him a 67. So that's not going to shake up the top three as we bring back in Ryan Nyquist.
And he's capable of shaking up the top three. We know Ryan Nyquist is just a trick machine.
Look at that! What?
I did not see that coming. When he's over the deck, and there's a little tiny transition there. It's not even enough to fit an entire bike length, so wherever you land is fine. It'll be interesting to see, does he send another bar spin 540? Does he maybe go for the double bar spin 5? I mean, wow, this is going to get interesting.
Got a couple of seconds left.
Just a straight double bar spin, and that's a big trick too.
Coming back into the deep end and see if he sends it. And he does! There it is!
So clean. And he landed it clean. You can see it. Oh, wow. That's huge.
Got the 720 up onto the deck.
And we're going, is he going to bar spin 5, double bar spin 5? No, double bar spin, and then he did both.
37, so that gives him a 72. He doesn't overtake Gary Young. He moves himself into second place right now. So Gary Young is still hanging tough.
Yes, he is, and there would be a lot of happy BMXers out there. Gary Young ended up taking a gold medal away from here. I just say that he's just such a well-respected rider, such a likable guy, and he's placed top 5 a lot in this event.
What is going on with Daniel Darius? He passed on the last round, but he pulled out way early there in this round. Bringing Sergio Leos back in the mix. So top 3 now. Young, Nyquist and Kramer. Nyquist jumps up in a second.
That was beautiful. Really quick, turned down 270 over the head.
Sergio's still in the mix there. He's just 2 points, 4 points
It
outside of the
doesn't seem to
medals.
be affecting him being tired at all. His style of riding where you're pumping through with speed and just flowing, he's keeping it going in this run as if it's the first run of the day.
Well, it'll be interesting to see with the time here as we hit the 2.5-minute mark. This could possibly be the latest round. Remember, the runs are 40 seconds in length.
Nice. Look at this. So clicked. Turned down 270 over the hip and then pumps through that low corner with speed to where he's headed next. That's crucial.
So your current leader, Gary Young, on course. He's got the highest single run score of the day so far. Oh, that's
unfortunate to see. I hadn't seen that angle taken yet, but you know, I'm thinking to myself, Gary Young, we all know he usually saves something nobody sees. He didn't do it. Something he spots and he just waits to do it when the time comes. If he were to do a run like that, if he gets another run and gets that in, you know, we could be looking at a gold medal for Gary Young.
I was gonna say, I don't know that we're gonna get another round here. So he tries that again. He's got the single highest run score of the day with a 38. His other run score is a 37. Now Ryan Nyquist has a 37. He's also got a 35, so he's only 3 points behind Gary right now with 1.5 minutes to go here. This could possibly be it. Remember, Gary's still in the lead, but you still have Scotty Kramer, Drew Bezanson, and Ryan Nyquist yet to go here.
And, you know, if it comes down to further tiebreakers, it could be key that run from Gary Young only scored a 13. If it ends up coming down to a third tiebreaker,
we make it.
Ooh, but, you know, you might get another round here. It depends if Scotty waved this run off, and it looks like
he
he
had a
is.
fall. And then now you've got Drew Bezanson and Ryan Nyquist as we're hitting the 1 minute mark. So this is going to be it. I mean, these will be the last 2 runs of the competition here. Gary's still holding on to that top spot. Drew Bezanson sitting down in 6th as of right now.
Well, that just shows you the level of riding in this final, because I feel like Drew is just killing it today. And if he's in 6th place, that just really shows the level of riding of these guys in this final. Everybody's stepping it up.
Yeah, with 30 seconds and counting down, Drew's still on course here. This is going to take us out, Ryan. Once we get Ryan, of course, these will be the last runs here. This is it.
Yeah, but you know, he could jump right up into, depending on the score, you know, he could jump up to 4th or score a little bit higher, and all of a sudden you're looking at a podium and other people are scrambling to make up the difference. But that's only Ryan that has the opportunity to do that now.
At 26, so Drew's not going to move up, but we're down to the last guy here. It's Ryan Nyquist. Remember, he's got a 37. Gary has a 37. Ryan's at a 35, and then Gary's other one scores a 38. So it all comes down to this last run right here.
Oh my goodness! And a bar spin to one-footed X up. I mean, this is so tough. I mean, Ryan is capable of so much.
He needs a 39 or better to take this lead away from Gary Young.
It doesn't look like that's going to happen right now.
I was going to say,
like he's cruising. Maybe he's setting up for something huge. Maybe he's exhausted. Hard to say. I mean, definitely he's probably exhausted, but...
Well, he's still got some time left. Let's not count him out here. He's got just over 5 seconds left to go, but this is it. It all goes down to this run.
Yeah, you can never... Oh, yes! Oh, man.
So what do you think?
Another double bar spin 5. Well, based on the fact that the other run that was a 37 was just as solid, I think that Gary Young is our gold medalist.
He gets a 36, so Gary Young is going to walk out of here with his first ever X Games gold medal.
Oh, that is so awesome. Gary looks stoked. He went from looking like he might not even advance out to putting the run of the prelims together to putting the runs of the final together.
You said it earlier, there's going to be a lot of happy people in the world of BMX if Gary Young gets the gold.
And look at one happy person is his daughter right there. This is an unbelievable moment for Gary Young. This is something to look back at for the rest of his life. I'm just stoked. I got a huge smile on my face.
And I'll tell you what, the 18-year history of BMX Park at the X Games, only 6 riders have ever taken a gold medal, and Gary Young now becomes number 7 on that list.